Hey Tuesday! Rizzo says hello too. Say hello. Hello. She's like, no, I'm not playing your games. There she goes. Hi! Welcome to Tuesday night, to your 1 hour of you time. Just for you. Thank you so much for joining me. I know Tuesdays are tough. You've had a full work day, possibly, or homeschooling kids, which is this whole other work day. And so just thank you so much for joining me here to take 45 minutes to an hour or so of you time, just for you. So I'm gonna hit my timer real quick, speaking of time, just to make sure that we're staying on track. So today, trying something different again, always going for some new approaches to fitness. So today is what I like to call Rock the Resistance. So we are going to be using resistance bands exclusively. So your list of here's what you need is very short. You need some resistance bands with handles. When I say resistance bands with handles, this is what I mean. So like resistance tubing with handles on the end. This is what you want to be looking for. This is another version, just a little bit narrower tube, definitely a little bit more well-worn, not by me. I still have my Play It Again Sports sticker on here. So this is what I'm talking about, resistance bands. If you have a couple, grab all that you have. I have 3, all made so differently from one another. This one, I kind of hate how it's made. This one is very much what I'm used to, even though it's an older one. So just grab whatever you have. We're going to experiment a little bit with how to make them work for you, even if they're not the right resistance, and just play around with the idea and the concept a little bit. So grab these if you have them. The other thing I had mentioned in my post is large loop resistance bands. I'm sure there's an official name for them. I just didn't know what it is. But those are usually thick, wide bands, narrow. If you looked at them from the side, get pretty narrow, but just thick, and they're big loops. I'm talking like I can hook my foot into them and stand inside them almost. Like that's what we're talking, these big single loop resistance bands. So I didn't mean those tiny little loops like these guys here. Big resistance bands. For those, you can usually get them to work about the same as these. So either one of those two things will work. This being your number 1 choice, the large loops being your number 2 choice. Third option, if you're here to work out, but you're like, Trace, I don't have a single band, no worries. Everything we're doing today, you can actually do with hand weights. So no worries, just grab some hand weights. We're probably gonna be working in the higher rep range. So if you're thinking of a weight selection, maybe take, what 3 you would normally grab and slide it down 1 level on the scale. And that's all you need. So no worries. If you have hand weights, I'm happy you still joined us and you can definitely work out with us. Speaking of hand weights, I'd like to debut. I can't really move the camera or else I'll ruin everything. I got a weight set. Finally, like a real human gym, amazing weights. So excited. So I haven't even cleaned them off yet. We literally got them out of the box. They're oily and shiny and perfect. I'm so excited. Just picked them up a few hours ago. So really excited to debut those, and you can finally stop hearing me cry about having to change out my weights. So super excited about that. All right, so hopefully you've grabbed your bands, you've got everything all set. So just to talk through the workout really quick, and then we'll get started. Like I said, bring anything that you have to the game as far as resistance bands goes. We're gonna do 4 exercises. We've got 3 sets of 4 exercises, and we're gonna do that 3 times through. But we're gonna stay on 1 set. So we've got an upper body set, a lower body set, and a core. So we're gonna do the upper body set 3 times through, lower body 3 times through, core 3 times through. So that's what we're looking at. So we will be working reps, not time. Here's why especially, because it's gonna take some time to get these bands to be the resistance that you want. So if I gave us only 45 seconds or a minute of work, there's a good chance you're gonna spend at least the first 10 seconds of that going, ooh, where do I hold this? How do I, ooh, wait, do I need that band instead? So didn't want to do time for this for sure, wanted to do reps. That being said, rep range, we're gonna look between, I'm gonna say 15 on average, but I'm gonna give you some freedom to move in there. I'm gonna base my time kind of off 15, so even if I don't get to 15, I'm gonna kind of give you the time to get to 15, but you may even need to go to 20 if your resistance bands are just not strong enough and you really gotta keep going in the reps to get the fatigue that you're looking for. So this is really gonna be a kind of build your own reps workout. I'm also giving you some extra time. Like, I don't know that I'm going to need to go to 15 on everything, but again, keeping in mind that our first couple reps might be kind of throwaways because we're just trying to find the right positioning, the right grip, the right band. You know, those first couple reps are gonna be sort of throwaway reps probably. So, you know, I'm gonna say, let's say 15, but feel free to move within that range. If you nail it right away, got your perfect form, got your perfect band, and you only need 10 reps, just stop at 10, okay? What we're looking for is that fatigue. I want you to get to the point where you're like, I could do 2, 3, maybe reps, and I might die after that. That's where you want to be, okay? So 15's our average. Account for some throwaway reps at the beginning. Go to fatigue. That's what we're looking for, okay? So let's see, just making sure since the bands are new that I'm catching every point I wanted to make. Looks good. So of course, add music if you need it. I won't have any music here today, so add whatever you need. It is Rock the Resistance, so maybe pick whatever favorite rock music gets you going while you work out. Modifications, always available with bands, you know. Modification would be to let the band go, pick up a hand weight if you need to. Obviously, as always, when we're squatting, lunging, anything like that, just control your depth to what feels good for you. And that's really gonna be your main modifications. But again, as always, just shoot me a message if you need a modification and I don't show you how to do it and you're not really sure how to do it. Always let me know, happy to help you. And last 2 things are always my last 2 things. Share, share, share. Please get this workout in front of people. This is a great one to share for beginners. Not that it's meant for beginners, but for people beginning to work out, a band with handles looks much less scary than this. They don't know that we can make the band with handles just as scary, right? They don't know. So they'll just see a band and not be scared. It's perfect. So share, please get this out in front of your friends and family. And then last, if you do wish to donate anything to me for holding these classes for you guys, you can use Venmo at Strong Style Fit. And you should see my little logo as the picture. If you're not a Venmo user, but you do want to donate, just let me know. I'm happy to help you out and figure out another way. All right, so I'm gonna catch a drink of water. I'm gonna come around, just make sure that we're running, see if I have any questions, comments, concerns, and if not, we will get started. We're gonna be upper body. In fact, everything in this section will be standing, so you don't need to worry about anything for the floor. I did forget to mention that you do want a yoga mat, flat blanket, whatever it is that you put in the floor for the last part of our leg set and for our lower body. So that's one more thing to grab right now if you didn't do it the first time. All right, give me just a sec and we will get started. All right, I see Kathy. Looks like you did make it. Hey friend, I hope your neighborhood event was fun. And Crystal Merritt, hey girlfriend, I hope you're working out with me. Let me know if you are. I want to say like a personal hello if you are. All right. Also, I was going to mention too, as you may have noticed, I'm barefoot. I do the bar classes barefoot. I'm doing the class barefoot today because I sort of like that tactile feeling, that sort of security of feeling the band under my feet. So I have chosen to be shoeless. Your option, 100%, just something I prefer. Also wanted to mention what I think is really cool, and I wrote this with every intention of making it this way, is that, you know, working out with bands, a lot of times you have to hook the bands around something. You know, like hook it over a door frame or hook it over around something really heavy so you can pull and tug and not knock it over. You know, you need an anchor is what I'm saying. But for a lot of us, that's not an option. I don't have a really good option for that. I mean, I could put it around the beer fridge that's over here, but then I've got about an inch of band. You know, I don't have that option. So I could have that option if I worked out in weird places. But anyways, what I'm saying is I wrote this workout where this band is anchored to nothing but you. So you don't need to hook it onto anything. So that's why I don't really have anything in the equipment list as far as an anchor, because you don't need it. So that's what I thought was really cool about this workout, and I wrote it that way for a reason, because I wanted you to be able to do this workout with nothing but a band and your body. Okay? All right, so our upper body set, we are going to work in pulses. So, you know, we've been playing around with pulses quite a bit. So that's, you know, holding a rep in the middle or at the top and pulsing. So that's what we're going to be doing for all of our upper body exercises. So how we're going to set up is you want to stand in the middle of your band. So I told you we would talk about how we can adjust the bands to make them work more for us. So your first easiest adjustment is to kind of stand on it just how you would normally and pull and see where you're at. If this, you're already like, yeah, that feels about as tough as I need, then perfect. If you're like, oof, that's already a little too hard, step your feet closer together. And that's going to take some of that tension off. Opposite side, if you stood normally and you needed a little more, stand wider, and that's going to up the challenge. So that's your easiest options to make things harder, is how your foot positioning is. Now your other option, if you really just can't get it with feet adjustments, like if you just have an old, worn out, tired band, is to not even use the handles and to reach down and choke up on the bands. Now at some point, like this band has kind of reached its max stretch, I can't do that. But usually if you're reaching down to grip here, it's because your band is really, really overstretched. So if so, then you'll have no problem reaching down and pulling it up. Okay? All right, so find your foot positioning. We're going to bicep curl pulse at the top. So we're going to come to the top, pulse, 1, 2, 3, let it down. Okay, so that's kind of my trash rep, just to see where I need to be. Adjust as many times as you need to while you're working, okay? You can move your feet, you can stop, whatever you need to do. I'm gonna allow for plenty of time. All right, enough talking, enough me, let's go. All right, bicep curl pulse. We bring it to the top. 1, 2, 3, down. 1, 2, 3, 2. I can already tell when I wish I had some music, because I'm hearing these bands squeaking. 4, 1, 2, 3, 5. Make sure you're keeping those elbows locked into the side. 6. So don't make your pulse an elbow pull up. Elbows stay locked in. 1, 2, 3. That's 7 for me. 1, 2, 3, 8. So imagine you've got this little air pump. 9. Every time you pull, like you're inflating a pool float. 1, 2, 3, 10. 1, 2, 3, 11. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 12. 1, 2, 3. 13. 1, 2, 3. 14. 1, 2, 3. 15. I'm going to stop at 15. You need to keep going, keep going. I'm going to set up the next exercise. So the next, we're going to do an upright row. So our feet here will be the same again, but with adjusting difficulty. We're going to cross handles over in front. So we've got this little X pattern in front of us. We're going to roll those shoulders back and down. Lock them down. They're going to want to come up. Lock them down. Chest forward. We're going to pull up. 1, 2, 3. Let it go. So I want you to think you're pulling through shoulders and in the back. And I'll turn around if I can. There we go. And show you. Lock that down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now the quest to make the exercise harder, one thing that can definitely happen is that you lose your range of motion because you kind of stretch the band as far as you can. So you don't want to be where, you know, you're like this. You want to be able to get that full motion. So you might have to let up the tension a little bit. I'm sure my count is very different from where you guys are. I'm going to say I'm at 7, 8. It'll go much more smoothly after we get through it once. 9, 10. Good. Shoulders back and down. Think about that whole shoulder unit. All right, I'm going to go for 2 more. Good. Last one for me. Good. All right, so where we are going next is called a pull apart, but we're going to think of it like a reverse fly. So, you know, reverse fly, we're here, we're squeezing between those shoulder blades. Same kind of idea, but we're gonna be standing a little taller. Grip is here, and we're pulling open. So, we're still gonna be squeezing between those shoulder blades. So, no handles, you're gonna grab onto the tubing. This, again, will take a little trial and error. And we're opening up. Now, I want you to think less about opening up with your hands. Hear me out. So I want you to think less about your pulling with your hands, right? See how that looks? But bands bobbling all over the place. The band's coming in and out. I want you to think about my hands are open and I'm squeezing between my shoulder blades and opening my chest, okay? It's a totally different feeling than I'm pulling my hands apart versus my hands are apart and I'm pulling through my shoulders to open the band. Make sense? Okay, so find your sweet spot, get those shoulders back, go ahead and open wide, and now we pulse. 2, 3, let that tension up just a little. Don't come all the way back to center. 1, 2, 3. This is when you feel pretty quickly. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. See how much more control that band's moving? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a little movement. 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 7. Squeezing between their shoulder blades. 8. 1, 2, 3, 9. 1, 2, 3, 10. 1, 2, 3, 11. 1, 2, 3, 12. 1, 2, 3, 13. I'm going to stop at 13. If you need to keep going, keep on keeping on. I'm going to go ahead and start setting up for the next. Whew, that's an intense one, right? Feeling it through here with that pull, feeling through those shoulder blades. Love it. All right, so we're going to set this one up, and then that'll be the last of these 4 exercises. So we'll be able to move a lot more quickly. I think, yeah. I think this band is stretchy enough. So we'll be able to move much more quickly the next 2 rounds, all right? So bear with me. We got one more. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put one foot in the band, whichever one you want it to be. One foot in, and we're gonna step our other foot forward through it, okay? So now we've got the stagger stance with the band behind our back foot. You're gonna take the bands up, behind you, and you're holding. I'm gonna turn around and show you from the back. Stagger stance, behind, holding here. Okay, this one's like right on the verge of being too tense, so I'm gonna give it a shot. So if you have your band up here and you're like, oh my God, and you're like already collapsing under the weight, which definitely happens. I've seen it in group fitness a million times. Then I want you to drop one handle, find where you need to stand, and just pull one handle behind you. So the rest of the band is out to the side. You're standing on top here, okay? So that's your modification. So step it through, stagger stance. We bring it up and over. We pulse at the top. 2, 3. Let it go. 1, 2, 3. Try to keep those elbows facing forward. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5. So you want to avoid those big flare out elbows. 2, 3, 6. 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 8. 1, 2, 3, 9. Woo! 1, 2, 3, 10. 1, 2, 3, 11. 1, 2, 3, 12. Yes, you can. 1, 2, 3, 13. 1, 2, 3. Woo! That was it for me. 14. Woo! I was like waiting for it to come, and then suddenly it was like, oh, I'm here, and we are done. All right, so we're going back those bicep curl pulses. We're going to move with a little better pace here. Don't want to keep you guys forever. Now we've got the hang of it. So we're going to do those bicep curl pulses. There we go. Things adjusted. You can see why I like to be barefoot now, because I'm always feeling around down there. All right, bicep curl pulses. Tuck those elbows in to the top. Oh. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And notice we're not letting it all the way down and letting the tension off those bands. Let it down just till you feel a little gentle tension and bring it back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also make sure you're not death gripping. In most positions, you don't have to. You can have some open fingers. 1, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8. 1, feeling that little bike pump. Pumping that bicep up. 1, 2, 3, 10. 1, 2, 3, 11. 1, 2, 3, 12. 1, 2, 3, 13. 2, 3, 14. 1, 2, 3, 15. Good job. Remember, keep going if you need to. I'm going to stop with 15 just for time constraints. This is really the only one I felt the need to go more than 15. So, all right, we've got those upright rows. So your foot positioning stays the same, but you crisscross those bands. Really roll those shoulders back. Shine that chest forward. Keep those shoulders down. They're going to want to come up. Don't let them. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And remember, don't let all that tension off. Keep a little simmer on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. It's kind of the key to band work is don't let that tension off. You can release it a little bit, but don't let it go to a total knit noodle. 7, 2, 8. Good. Where's your shoulders at? 9, 1, 2, 3, 10, 1, 2, 11, 1, 2, 3, 12, 1, 2, 13, 14, last one. 1, 2, 3, 15. Good, good, good. All right, got those pull aparts. So remember, that's not a pull apart. As fun as it is and as amazing as it looks, it is not a pull apart. Have that wide grip, and you're squeezing through that chest and those shoulders to open that band, pull it apart a little more than you've already pulled it apart. All right, shoulders back, wide grip, pull it open. Good. Good. Remember, don't let all the tension off. 2, 3, 4. 6, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, 9, 2, 3, 10. Woo! Burn, burn, burn. 11, 2, 3, 12, 2, 3, 13, 2, 3, 14. Last one. Let's get it. 1, 2, 3, 15. Oh, hello, hello, shoulders. All right, we have those tricep extensions overhead. So remember, we step on with our back foot, through with our front foot into a little stagger stance. Make sure, give a little test that your bands are about even, that you haven't stepped really far to one side or the other. Try and feel pretty good. We're gonna bring them back behind us, up and overhead. 1, 2, 3, down. Pulsing at the top. 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 2, 3, 5. Squeeze in the back of those arms. 6, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 8. There's that burn. 1, 2, 3, 9. 1, 2, 3, 10. 1, 2, 3, 11. 1, 2, 3, 12. 1, 2, 3, 13. 1, 2, 3, 14. 1, 2, 3. Whoa! 15. Oh my gosh. Woo! Hello. It's kind of a different tricep piece for me too. That's more up near the elbow, not in the elbow, but just that lower part of the tricep. Woo! Good stuff. All right, we've got one more trip through. Arm set. We've got our bicep curls. So find your space. Again, kind of measure. It's a good idea anytime that you're doing two handles and stepping that you just kind of give yourself a quick measure and make sure you're about as equal as you can be. Okay? All right. You ready for this? All right, bicep curls. 2, 3. Elbows locked into the side. Remember, it's not a big arm swing. And we're not letting it all the way down. Just release some tension, bring it back. 3, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 8. Good. Pump that bicep. 9. 1, 2, 3, 10. 1, 2, 3, 11. 1, 2, 3, 12. 1, 2, 3, 13. 1, 2, 3, 14. 1, 2, 3, 15. You know what? I'm going to go a little further. 1, 2, 3, 16. 1, 17, 3, 18, 3, 19. We're still going. We got one more. 20. Nice. Thanks. If you went along with me, thanks for that. I was just kind of curious to see. Felt pretty good. All right, so we've got those upright rows. So feet stay about the same unless you need to adjust for difficulty. Cross those bands in front. Roll those shoulders back. Keep those shoulders down. Chest forward. Let's go. Three. Good. 4. 5. 6. Good job. 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 8. 1, 2, 3, 9. Keep that pressure on. 10. Where's your shoulders? Make sure they're down. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. Woo, good, good, good. Man, those shoulders are on fire. And now they're about to go even more on fire. All right, so we've got those pull parts. I think you know what to do. I will give you my silly demonstration another time. So get that wide grip. Set those shoulders back and down. Get the backs of those shoulders ready to engage and squeeze. Let's go. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Remember, keep that pressure on. 1, 2, 3. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 8. 1, 2, 3, 9. 1, 2, 3, 10. You can do it. 2, 3, 11. 1, 2, 3, 12. Woo! 2, 3, 13. 2 more. 2, 3, 14. 2, 3, 15. Whoa. Oh man, that's good. That's good. All right, we got our overhead triceps and then our upper body is done. And we will go to that lower body. Woo, after a little break, little water break. All right, so we step it through. Let's do a little check. Yeah, pretty good. All right, so step that front foot through. Bands come back. Behind you overhead. Stagger it. Bring those elbows forward, shoulders down. We pulse at the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good job. 2, 3, 7. I feel like this burn, at least for me, sneaks up. About 8. I'm like, ooh, what is that? 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 13, 2 more. 1, 2, 3, woo, 14, 1, 2, 3, woo. Oh man. Oh, I need to get that band away from me for a minute. Oh, woo. All right, so that was your upper body portion with the resistance tubing. Hope you enjoyed it. We're gonna do lower body next. So the reason why I did it, just to change it up, usually it's a good idea to lead with legs because that's your biggest muscle group, so that's gonna get that heart really pumping. And then go into your smaller muscles, like your upper body, your core. I flipped the script a little today since we're only doing one of each. I didn't want to start with squats and then have us get completely cool. Right, I'm gonna start with upper body, and then I don't wanna start with lower body, get all sweaty, and then by the time we get to core, be really cool. So I thought I'd change it up a little bit. I'm already sweating a little bit from that upper body. Put our legs in the middle, so then we've got that nice boost when we get to our core. So again, just ways we can play with our workouts, right? Okay, so keep grabbing your water, stretch it out a little bit, shake it out a little bit. And then we'll go to our lower body. I'll check for comments, make sure we're still running. Hey girl, hey Lee. What's up, Lee? It's good to see you here. I don't know that I've seen you live in quite some time, so it's awesome. Hi, Brent. I look forward to seeing you soon. Lee was my first personal training client, so she has aside from just being a generally awesome person, she has a very special place in my heart for being the first person to trust me with her personal training. So good to see you. I miss you, and I hope to get the word soon that you and I will be able to get back together. All right, so we've got our lower body. So for the first one, if you have different band options, for your first one, you want the one that's going to be the most stretchy, okay? Now, if you have a couple that are stretchy, then pick your challenging stretchy. For me, I have a challenging band, I have a stretchy band, and that's what I'm kind of working with. Why I say that is because we want to be able to get these bands all the way up over our head. That black band has really no chance in getting up over my head all the way. Okay, so that's why I'm going with this one. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to have the bands here. So you'll step on the band. We're going to be squatting. So get your squat position. This is one where you don't want to squat all funky just to make it more challenging. So if you don't normally squat in this position, but you're doing it to make your band harder, don't squat in a funky position. Squat in your right position, okay? All right, so we're going to be squatting. So we're going to take the weights in our hands, or the handles, and we're going to roll them behind us. So the bands are back behind our arms. We're going to squat, push overhead, okay? So that's what we're looking for. So again, you can adjust difficulty with your feet. Don't make your squat position funky. That's the most important part. And again, make sure you have a band that will go all the way up over your head, that you're not like at the top of your squat, okay? All right, so let's get started. We're gonna go for 15. Got one. I mentioned on Saturday, my knees are pretty funky. They're even more funky today, so my squats are gonna be pretty shallow. Don't let that limit you. You go to however deep you can. Oh man, funky knees. 10. So we're still getting some upper body too, by the way. P.S. 12. 13. 14. 15. Good. So you can keep going if you need to. Just a tip with those overhead presses, don't lift your shoulders up too. Shoulders stay down. Okay, so where we're going next, I'm going back to my more challenging band. We're going to lunge, stationary lunge. So go ahead and get yourself set up in your lunge. Okay, so for some of us, probably most of us, holding here isn't going to be much of a challenge. What we're looking for is to make this band really difficult. So when we squat down, when we stand up, we're resisting against that band. So for most of us, holding here isn't going to really cause much challenge, but if it does, do that. Beautiful. Or if you have a really tough band, maybe you do. Or maybe if you just pull it up a little bit, that's enough. And that's okay. If you need to hold it up, just really tuck those shoulders down, lock those elbows in, and that'll work too. So that's another option. Or if you really need to ramp it up, this is one where you can choke up on the tubing and make it more challenging, okay? All right, so we're gonna go for 15 stationary lunges. Let's go. 2, 3, we're not pulsing here. 4, 5, make sure you're straightening that leg at the top. 6, and squeeze. 7, squeeze that quad muscle. 8, you should see a nice little divot. 9, that muscle locking in. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. Switch it out. Other foot forward. Go to that stationary lunge. Find your place where you need to be on that band. Let's go. Again, extending that leg at the top, squeezing that quad. 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoop. 6. I'm pulling so hard on the band, I'm actually rolling my foot. I'm going to fight the roll. 8, 9, pause at the top, squeeze that quad. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. All right, coming down to the floor. We're going to do a banded bridge. Now normally a banded bridge means we put a band around our knees. Not the case today. I'm gonna throw that bad boy across you. So we're gonna lay on our backs, set up your bridge just as normal, so feet hip width apart, tucked in towards your booty, everything's normal. Long neck, shoulders rolled in. But now we're gonna take this band and we're gonna secure it with our hands across our hips. So you really gotta give yourself some tension. It's you versus you, okay? So you are gonna be squeezing. If you can lock it down to the floor, awesome, or if not, just hold it as tight and taut as you can, and you're gonna bridge up against it. Okay, so that's you versus you. Fight yourself. 5. Now don't rest at the bottom. Tap your booty on the floor. Push it right back up. 7. Now if you really lock those arms, you're also getting a little bit of tricep work here too. 8. You don't want to lock those elbows in hard, but if you really just kind of lock those arms stiff, pull all those muscles tight, start to feel those triceps kicking in too. 11, 12, 13, 14, squeezing that booty at the top, 15. Nice. That's kind of a fun one. Because it's really like almost like a tug of war against yourself, you know? Like how hard can your upper body fight against your hips? It's kind of a cool experiment. I like it. All right. So now we'll go back to our super stretchy band. We've got our squat, the overhead press. So remember, you can adjust your feet to make your squat more difficult. Just don't get your squat positioning super crazy. Okay, you still want good form in your squat. That's the most important piece. All right, so check, see if you're about even. I'm gonna roll in behind us. Let's go. Straight up, keep those shoulders down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shoulders are like, hey. 11. I thought we were done. 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to add a little to grow on for me. 16, because this band is a pretty easy one. 17, 18. I'm going to stop there. Just protect that knee. All right. Allow time. Get yourself adjusted. So we've got that front lunge, stationary. So find your lunge. Find where you're choking up to. Let's go. Remember, straighten that knee at the top. Straighten that leg. Really squeeze that quad. Boom. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's interesting, right? Because normally 10, the lunge, the hardest part is the drop into it. 11, 12, but now we're adding standing up as being another difficult part. 13, 14, 15. So we're working the contraction and the stretch, which I think is super cool. All right, other foot. Hook it under. Find your choke up. And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one of the cool things about resistance bands and tubes is that you work on the way up and on the way down in every exercise. 6. With free weights, usually, you're only working on one end of the exercise. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's what makes resistance bands a great thing to incorporate into your workout, because it's a totally different way of using your muscles. 13, 14, 15. Good. Down to the floor. So yeah, you're basically giving your muscles no break because they're working on the way up and they're working on the way down. So instead of just working, squeezing up and then letting these heavy weights drop down, you're squeezing up and then resisting that pull down. So you're getting double the work. It's pretty awesome, if you ask me. All right, so set your bridge up. Get your little band ready. Lock it across those hips. Lock those shoulders down. Tighten those arm muscles. And get ready. Epic battle against yourself. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Drive through those heels. Squeeze that booty at the top. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, woo, 15. Awesome. All right, we got one more trip through, and then it's on to core. All right. So, this might be your place to change out your band. Whew. Sweat now. There's a little Tracy sweat angel. All right. Let's get our squat set up. Do a little quick measure. Perfect. All right. Roll those behind. Lock those shoulders down. And let's squat. 4. Don't let the band or the overhead press distract you from your squat. That booty still sits back. Knees behind the toes. I believe that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to take a couple extra. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. All right, we got those lunges. And remember, guys, I know we talked about this a ton at the beginning, but you're working for your reps. This is one where it's going to be real different depending on what type of band you have, how good or bad, old or new, all of those kind of things. So if you have to stop before me or go on beyond me, all that is a-okay, all right? All right, let's get that lunge set up. So we drop down, squeeze up to the top. And don't feel limited by the depths I'm going to. You go as deep as you can or as shallow as you need to. My knees are killing me today. 10, both of them. So, I'm just trying to work within a somewhat safe range. 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. Let's switch it out. Other side. Step back. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good job. 7. Ooh, that's what's coming now. 8, 9. Flex that quad. Squeeze it hard at the top. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Almost there, last one. 15. All right, down to the floor. Ooh, y'all. There's some angry little puppies today. If anybody has any amazing at-home remedies for arthritis, please let me know. So far, my combination of Blue Emu, CBD, and Aleve is not touching these angry little guys today. All right, set up that bridge, hips, feet in line with one another. Long neck, shoulders tucked in. Create that resistance. Lock it down. Let's go. 1, 2. Drive those hips up. Keep that core tight. Squeeze that booty at the top. Resist yourself. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, last one, 15. Nice work. Legs are done. My legs say, thank you, Jesus, for that. All right. Let's catch our breath. Get a little bit of water. Looks like we're doing pretty good on time, so we'll hit that core set and we will be all wrapped up. So our core set, we are doing 3 to 4 exercises will be standing, and then the last will be on the floor. Okay, so just kind of like what we just did. Woo, man. To quote the water boy, that's some high quality H2O. All right, I'm gonna check for comments, catch my breath for another moment, and we will get started. All right, no questions, comments, concerns? All right, so our first core exercise will probably be a little different for you, unless you were someone who works out with me or has done my group fitness classes, then you'll be familiar. But if you're new to my workouts, this will be a new experience for you. So we are going to combine something I love, and that's kickboxing, with some core work. So that's actually how I got my start. For those of you who don't know, was really my start in fitness completely was Tae Bo. That was really got me started way after the fact when it was no longer popular, and I will be super short to keep in mind of our time, but I got into Tae Bo, which was my gateway to when I finally joined group fitness to doing cardio kickboxing, which then was my gateway to contact kickboxing class, and then became an instructor of that class, and then personal trainer. So sort of my gateway drug is kickboxing. So we're going to do banded uppercuts. So you're going to set this up just like you did for your bicep curl. Again, this might take a little trial and error to find the right distance, because here's what I want you to be able to do, and I may not be at the right spot either. I want you to be able to have a little bit of bend in those knees, but your feet are going to stay flat. I don't want you to pick your feet up, because then your band's going to shoot out from underneath you. So feet are going to stay flat. I want you to be able to fully execute an uppercut. I do not want you to be here. That's the number one thing I would see in classes, is we get these little like Oompa Loompa arms, either because the band was too hard and they couldn't get it up, or they were trying to work fast and not work their core, so they were just doing this kind of like Oompa Loompa is all I can think of. So uppercut, you're going to make that fist, you're going to dip down, bam, like you're coming up under somebody's chin, bam. So you're really working this core to twist and lift. So you're working those obliques. So that's how that's core. So we're going to take it slow and really focus on that rotation through that core, okay? And it'll be fun, right? Put somebody's face in there. Somebody's getting your left, somebody's getting your right, all right? So we're going to go for a total of 30, alternating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Belly tight. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Good. Core, core, core. That's what we're working. All right. So we're going to do a knee to elbow with the band. This is probably our most funky setup. I think it works. So we're going to take the handle and put it under our foot. Most of these are built big enough, even if you have a shoe on, you can do it. If not, you can take the band and thread it through the handle and make this little loop around your ankle. Okay, so that's another option if you can't get your foot through the handle. If no matter what, you're like, Tracy, this just isn't working, just don't use the band. You'll be fine. All right, so I'm gonna hook this on my foot. Now I'm gonna pull this up overhead, okay? So I've got this tension between my foot and my ankle. Technically, I don't even need to hang on to this other end, but I just don't want it dangling in my face, so I'm going to. So this is where you're gonna create how much tension you need is through this hand. We're gonna come up and down. So you want that foot turned facing to the side, not forward, because you want this hip to be open. Again, we're working that side body. So you want to be here, not here. You can use this free hand if you don't care. Like, I'm on camera, so I don't want this dangling in my face. But if you don't care and you need the balance, use this other hand to hang onto a chair, a wall, a countertop, whatever. You might see me fumble a little bit because this is a lot of balance, okay? But I don't want to have this dangling in my face if I can avoid it. All right, so pick that tension. So you're pushing away and then pulling it back up. So Don't let the band spring your leg back up. You resist it down. You fight the pull back up. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeezing through that side body. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, whoop, 14, 15. Good, good, good. Hope you made it through that okay. I know that's probably a funky one, but it's really, really good. Again, it's one of those things, we can do those side crunches all day long, but getting that resistance up and back totally changes the game. All right, got it hooked. Let's find our tension point. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. So I'm trying not to touch my heel down. 4, 5. But if you need to, for either balance or just for difficulty, that's okay. 8. Mine's more of a balance thing, since I'm not holding on to anything. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Nice. I hope to get a really funny cover photo out of that. All right, we're gonna come down to the floor. We're gonna do a V-sit bicycle. I know, I probably just heard an audible groan across the world. So we're gonna hook the band, the tube, underneath our feet, okay? This is another one. We're gonna have to decide how you want to choke up. Holding the handles probably isn't gonna be enough, but if it is, rock on. If not, I'm just gonna choke up on it. We're gonna sit back into our V-sit, and we're gonna bicycle into the band, okay? So one foot will be coming up out, changing. Please be super mindful. That band can pop off of your feet. This is another reason why I chose to kind of go barefoot. Okay, so just be really mindful. It's not dangerous, but this is probably the one where it's least protected, okay? So just be really mindful, pay attention to what's going on, okay? All right, we're gonna do a total of 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Really push. 14, 15, 16. Don't just change them out. Really push into it. 18, 19, 20, 21. Working those lower abs. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Woo! Yes. So just make sure you got plenty of choke on that. And then again, that you're really pushing into the bands with your feet, not just changing your feet out. And when you're holding, lock those shoulders back, okay? Don't be all crunched up. Lock them back, sit tall. All right, we got those uppercuts again. There we go. Get that spot. So remember, no Oompa Loompa arms. Full uppercut, okay? All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want you to imagine a face. 1, because it's pretty fun to do. 7, but also kind of gives you that target. You want to come up underneath somebody's chin. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28, 29, 30. Good. All right. Whew. Gonna hook that foot in. Go. Perfect. All right, create that lever. Here we go. Remember, resist all the way up. Don't let it pull you up. 4, 5. You stay in control of the up and the down. 7, 8. Squeeze that side body. 9, 10, 11. You can add a little bit of knee to elbow. 13, 14, 15. If that doesn't throw your balance off like crazy, you can do a little bit of knee over to that elbow. Didn't mention it at first because I thought it might be a little too balance challenging. But if you can do it, you do it. And if you're hanging on to a wall, then you should definitely be able to do it. All right. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Remember, knees pointing out, not forward. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, got those bicycles. All right, hook that band under your feet. Make sure it's nice and secure. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Chest hole in that V-sit. 8. Push into that band. 9, 10, 11, 12. Pull that other knee in. 13, 14, 15. Squeeze those lower abs. 18, 19, 20, 21. Shoulders locked back and down. 4, 5, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Nice job. All right, we got one more. One more trip through. We can do it. All right, uppercuts. Set up. So remember, squeezing that belly tight, rotating through, okay? All right. Something is funky about this left side. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Nice. I love those. Love them, love them. All right. Left side. Whew. All right, let's get that lever. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Remember, try not to touch the ground unless you really need to for balance. 5. You can add that little bit of knee to elbow. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right, other side. We are almost there, guys. All right, get it set up. Remember, get that hip open, turned out to the side, not facing forward. Right. Let's go. Woo. Slightly off camera, it seemed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's one heck of a balance challenge too. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, last set of work. V-sit bicycles. Set it back. Good. Choke up on those tubes. Set that chest open. Sit back into your V-sit. Feet come up. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Really pull those knees in and push against that band. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, almost there, 29, 30. We did it, guys. We did it. Awesome, awesome job. Way to get it done Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoy this workout. Something very different. It's very different for me. I'm not wanting to incorporate a lot of bands into a normal workout, so it was very different for me too, but I still think it was great work. Like I said, it's great to feel that resistance up and down during the stretch and the contraction. It's a great way to work. Keep those muscles guessing. So I'm glad you joined me. I hope that, I hope you had a little bit of doubt at the beginning and that you were convinced by the end. That would make me really happy. So I'm just glad that you gave it a shot. I hope you enjoyed it. Just teaching you more ways to use your body, keep getting those gains and results that you're looking for. So thank you so much for joining me on this Tuesday night. Reminder to please share these workouts. I'd love to see them get in front of as many people as possible, to encourage everyone to be well, to get moving. And if you do want to donate anything for these workouts, Venmo at Strong Style Fit is where you will find me. And otherwise, I'm happy to work out another arrangement if you're not a Venmo person. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. Currently, I plan to be here on Saturday, so if you have any type of workout you'd like to see, just let me know. I'd be happy to try to incorporate some exercises or a whole style of workout for you. So just let me know. Shoot me a message. Otherwise, have a great week. I'll see you on Saturday. Thank you so much. Mwah.